She walked into Venice expecting questions about her new movie. Instead, Julia Roberts found herself at the center of a firestorm. Her film, After the Hunt, hadn't even premiered yet, but whispers were already swirling. Was it undermining the Me Too movement? Was it reviving arguments people thought were long settled? And when the microphones turned on, Roberts didn't shy away. She laughed, she deflected, and then she delivered a line that stopped the room cold. We're kind of losing the art of conversation in humanity right now. At the heart of all this controversy is the film itself. After the Hunt isn't a glossy rom-com or a light-hearted drama. It's a razor-sharp thriller set inside the world of academia, a place where reputations are built but can just as quickly be destroyed. Julia Roberts steps into the role of a respected professor, someone adored by students and colleagues alike. But her carefully balanced world begins to unravel when her brightest mentee, played by Ayo Edebiri, accuses another professor, Roberts' close friend, portrayed by Andrew Garfield, of crossing a line. The story forces Roberts' character into an impossible position. Does she stand by a longtime colleague she trusts, or does she support her student, who claims to have been wronged? It's not a clean-cut narrative of heroes and villains. Instead, it's about blurred lines, hidden loyalties, and the quiet power struggles that live beneath university walls. And that's exactly why it's sparking such heated reactions. The real drama, though, didn't just play out on screen. It exploded in the press room at Venice. As soon as the floor opened for questions, one journalist cut straight to the controversy. They suggested the film was undermining the Me Too movement, that it was dragging old arguments back into the spotlight, arguments about whether women should always be believed when they come forward. The room went tense. Cameras clicked, reporters leaned forward. Julia Roberts, however, didn't flinch. She smiled, let out a small laugh, and gently pushed back. Not to be disagreeable, because it's not in my nature, but the thing you said that I love is that it revives old arguments. She reframed the challenge completely, suggesting that revisiting uncomfortable debates wasn't a weakness. It was the very point. For Julia Roberts, the controversy wasn't proof of failure. It was proof that the movie was doing its job. The best part of your question is that you all came out of the theater talking about it. That's how we wanted it to feel. Julia Roberts didn't stop there. As the questions kept coming, she made it clear. This film wasn't about stoking controversy or taking sides. It was about sparking dialogue. We're not making statements. We're portraying these people in this moment in time. To be excited or infuriated about it is up to you. If making this movie does anything, getting everybody to talk to each other is the most exciting thing I think we could accomplish. And then she dropped a line that cut through the tension like a knife. We're kind of losing the art of conversation in humanity right now. That wasn't just a quip for the cameras. It was a challenge. Roberts reminded everyone that film, at its best, isn't about comfort or easy answers. It's about reflection, about asking questions that make you squirm, about holding up a mirror and daring the audience to look, really look, at what they believe and why. Even in the room full of flashing bulbs and skeptical reporters, Roberts' point landed. Sometimes the most powerful statement a movie can make isn't a manifesto, it's a conversation starter. While Julia Roberts carried the conversation with charm and wit, director Luca Guadagnino added a deeper layer to the debate. He reminded the audience that After the Hunt wasn't about pushing a single truth or reviving old values. It's not that one truth is most important. It's how we see the clash of truths and what is the boundary of these truths together. Guadagnino framed the film as an exploration of human complexity rather than a political statement. He emphasized that it's about portraying people in all their contradictions, flawed, passionate, and real. Every accusation, every loyalty, every moment of hesitation exists to challenge the audience to think, not to judge. For Guadagnino, the movie isn't trying to pick winners or losers. It's showing the messy intersection of morality, emotion, and perception, a space where conversations happen because there are no easy answers. And in a world increasingly quick to react without listening, that intention alone feels revolutionary. Even in the middle of a tense press conference, Julia Roberts found a way to bring levity to the room. At one point, she asked her fellow cast members to open the cans of water placed in front of them, all at the same time. So the noise doesn't disrupt the incredible things we're about to say, she explained with a grin. Andrew Garfield couldn't resist joking, reflecting on how that tiny ritual mirrored their time on set. It was like that every day on set. When her can had to be opened, everyone's had to be opened. He laughed. It was a small, human moment that cut through the intensity, showing that behind the headlines and heated questions, there's humor, camaraderie, and a sense of playfulness. These lighthearted beats reminded everyone watching, the story isn't just about controversy. It's about real people navigating complex emotions, both on screen and off, with the grace, wit, and humanity that Julia Roberts has made her signature. Julia Roberts' debut at Venice isn't happening in a vacuum. The festival is buzzing with premieres that are already generating headlines. From Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone's conspiracy thriller Begonia, to George Clooney and Adam Sandler's road trip dramedy Jay Kelly, and Catherine Bigelow's intense House of Dynamite, the Lido is packed with high-profile films. Even Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is making waves with his MMA drama The Smashing Machine. For Roberts, Garfield, and Edebiri, this is their first time navigating the Venice Film Festival spotlight, a world where every glance, every statement, and every step on the red carpet is analyzed by an international press. Meanwhile, Luca Guadagnino is a seasoned veteran here, with a long history of festival premieres like Bones and All, Suspiria, and A Bigger Splash. His presence adds credibility and weight to After the Hunt, reminding audiences that this isn't just another film premiere. It's a collision of artistry, performance, and cultural conversation on one of the world's biggest stages. The festival backdrop magnifies every reaction, every comment, and every nuance of the press conference. It turns a single film into a global talking point. And After the Hunt is doing exactly that. At the heart of the Venice buzz is a question that goes beyond the movie itself. Is After the Hunt undermining the metoo movement, or is it simply holding up a mirror to complicated, uncomfortable truths? Julia Roberts makes it clear. The goal isn't to dictate what audiences should think. It's to provoke conversation, to make people wrestle with what they believe and why. In a world increasingly quick to react without listening, the film becomes a rare space for reflection. It asks audiences to consider multiple perspectives at once: the student, the mentor, the accused, the bystander. There are no clean-cut answers, no heroes or villains, just human beings navigating a messy reality and a story that insists we talk about it. Roberts' message is simple but powerful. Cinema can be more than entertainment. It can be a platform for dialogue, a catalyst for empathy, and a challenge to the way society communicates or fails to. And as audiences leave the theater buzzing with opinions and emotions, that conversation has already begun. Finally, as the press conference ended, one thing was clear. Julia Roberts has turned a tense, high-stakes festival moment into a lesson in humanity. With humor, insight, and unshakable poise, she reminded the world that sometimes the most important conversations are uncomfortable, complicated, and just a little messy, just like life itself.